TV, and I am your host, Christian Lestat. For the people at home, who are we here with today?
The Dice Man.
So, like, East Side Dice, how you doing on this great day?
I'm fucking doing awesome. It's beautiful out. Fucking, getting warm. I love it.
So, like, I got something to ask you. Lately, you know, a lot of rappers been coming on and talking about the situation with the drunk Erie cop, Officer Cousins, who likes to make fun of people who are murdered at bars. Now, what's your opinion on this?
I think that's just one more example that you can add into that big old list why the Erie Police they need control. That lady's starting up a board to control the police. Do it. 2 thumbs up. It makes me want to go to City Hall and freaking give that girl, applause, man. These police out here, they've beat my ass. They beat my friend awake while he was sleeping. Pulled the door off the hinges. They walked into my house, no warrants. They've kicked in my doors, no warrants. Took me away, but because my charges, they kind of still had to keep me in jail. But still, it doesn't change their methods, Like that guy, look at that shit. Look at what kind of people are supposed to be serving and protecting, man. Like I want them kind of people showing up at my mom's house if there's something really going on and she needs some police. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Now, I've talked about this situation where I had a friend that had he got beat up, and then his door kicked in, and that situation was your situation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they threw you in the drunk tank that night.
Yep.
Sober, right?
Yep. Sober.
Now, what happened? Your friends was having a party, and you weren't at your place where they were having it, right?
Yeah, I had a problem, and I had to step away for a second, so I went to a bar around the corner. I wasn't even gone for a whole beer. I just opened it and drank a little bit. Somebody calls me, "Oh, you gotta get back here. There's a problem." I get back as soon as I go to assess the situation. The police are walking in the back door. Nobody let them in. They just walked the fuck in.
When did this happen? Like what year?
2 years ago.
Now they went into rooms where people were sleeping and beating on them.
Yep, they pulled the door off the hinges. They beat my friend Nate with a fucking mag light while he was sleeping.
Now no one got charges put on them,
Nope,
did they?
I got charges put on me. They gave me public drunkenness in my house, drunken disorderly and disorderly conduct.
Now, did you get any of those charges lifted?
Nope, they fucking made all that shit stick. They wouldn't listen to me. They were like, "You were drunk. You were obviously under the influence," and blah, blah, blah. And
now, how many people do you know that had similar situations?
Most everybody I know, damn near. Shit, these police are crazy out here. Jeesh.
I mean, so how many times have you had situations where you've been, illegally searched or even beat up?
I don't know, I think that was the only time I was beat up, but illegally searched pretty much every time the police stop or something, They're like, hey you, you seem like somebody that we want for this or with that, but they're just pulling over and fucking with people because there ain't nobody out, they're like, we thought we were looking for kids, we're making sure they're not out for curfew. Do I look like a fucking kid? Are you serious?
So how old are you for the people at home?
I'm 25 years old, about to be 26.
So they just say, oh, you look like a kid, and then they search you even before looking at your ID?
Yep, everything. They put me in handcuffs and put me in the back of a car, matter of fact, when they ran my ID the one time. They searched me and they were like, this is just precaution. Let me fucking put you in the goddamn car. That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Do you know any of the cops' names that have done this to you in the past?
Oh, man, I don't remember Hess, and he's a crazy little east side fucking cop, man. Fuck that, man. That's... DeLuca. Fuck that. Yeah.
You think the problem is that these cops, they're policing neighborhoods and the city they don't even live in, so they don't understand the culture or the neighborhood or the lifestyle or what's going on.
All they understand is the criminal elements that they're looking for. That's all they're seeing. So they're just seeing the worst of it before they even try to understand anything. Then they go out and fucking make fun of it. Let me get drunk and be like, aha, let's poke fun at this shit. Look at what happens now.
Have you ever had any problems with Officer Cousins in the past?
No, I didn't even know there was a Cousins. I don't try to pay attention to what the fuck their names are and shit like that. The only reason I knew that dude is because his fucking name tag was right here in my face when they were on me.
So that night, did they give you a reason why they were in your house?
They said that there was that somebody had called and said they were being held there, held captive there. There was no charges for that. There was nothing that had to do with that. Fuck that.
But no one was being held captive there, right?
No, there was some problems going on, but it wasn't held captive. It was somebody else calling from a separate room in the house. I think this, what's going on or whatever and all this shit. It was over some dumbness.
So crazy drunk people situations.
No, crazy drunk.
So like basically the situation was taken care of, and they showed up, and they wouldn't just listen that the situation was taken care of.
They just freaking beat my ass. They didn't even care about the situation that they were called for. They came in there, they beat my boy Nate, they freaking kicked my ass. I told them, I said, I know my rights. They were like, oh yeah. They were like, they threw me into a chair, broke my fucking chair. I stood up, I was like, y'all can't do this. And they said, oh yeah, and that's when they started hitting me off my table and shit like that. Like, is that how it goes when I'm like, hey, you can't do this? Why are you here? Like, I wasn't like wilding out. I was not drunk, I was sober. Fucking, what a start of a damn night.
Now, the guy that got beat up while he was sleeping, did he get any charges put against him?
No, he didn't. I was the only person that got
Did anyone have to go to the hospital?
No.
But there was some injuries, or?
Yeah, there was injuries, but like there wasn't nothing where like, man, I think I need to go to the hospital. It was like lumps and bruises and scratches and ribs and shit like that. And the one dude there was this dude Will, they beat him up. He fucking had pins in his hands. They knocked the pins loose and that shit. So his hand was all fucked up.
You know, I think from now on, if anyone has any situations like this, you know, get a hold of Spotlight TV and, you know, tell it to us, you know. Will you tell your friends to do the same thing? Come to Spotlight TV if this has ever happened to them?
Hell yeah.
Do you think there should be more media like Spotlight TV, you know, underground on YouTube, you know, out there taping, you know, cop watching and also documenting people's stories?
Yes, cop watching. That seems like a fun sport. Cop watching. Just keep an eye on you, keeping an eye on us.
You know, they say Big Brother's watching. Why can't we watch back?
Yeah, why can't we watch Big Brother back? I love that.
We have the right to. They have no legal right to say we can't video, and if they try making a law, that's unconstitutional, and that proves that we don't really live in a free world as they claim. We live in a world that is ran by globalists that are actually trying to take over the world. So it's not really that free, is it?
No, it's supposed to be democracy.
Now, about the cops, you have the freedom of speech to go on for, you know, and just make some statements right now about this whole, you know, Erie cops in general.
Let's see, I'd have to quote the famous words, fuck the police.
So you want to sign this one off?
This is Dice Man for Spotlight TV. Dose.
This is Kristen Lestat, motherfuckers.